Let's compare these two watercolor papers. We have Strathmore watercolor paper on the right, or sorry, on the left, and Legion Stonehenge cold press watercolor paper on the right. The Strathmore pad is just bound on the top, so it's really easy to tear a sheet off. The Legion one is bound on all four sides, aside from about a 2-inch space on the right side. It's very easy to slip in a palette knife and help take that paper off. It's a good way to use that pad and avoid having to tape it down if you're doing a lot of watercoloring. And if you want to take a sheet off and use it separate, you can easily do that as well. So first ink that I'm testing on the two papers is Distress Reinker. Both of these papers are 140 pound. The Legion paper is made out of cotton. The Strathmore, it doesn't actually say it on the pad. So they're both nice weight. They both have some texture on them, and it looks fairly similar to the naked eye. As I'm putting the inks onto the paper, the second ink that I'm using here is Distress Watercolor Pencil. This particular pencil is one that I haven't used before, so it's taking a little bit to get some of the color off of it. But as I'm using these papers, I'm noticing that the Legion one, the colors tend to be a little bit vibrant on that cardstock, on that paper. The third ink I'm using here is Cotman Watercolor. It's a student grade watercolor ink. It comes in tubes, and I've just got it pressed into a palette here, and then I let it dry and use it as a palette, as a watercolor palette. Both papers are feeling very similar as my water brush is going on them. I do like the fact that the color is more vibrant on the Legion one. However, Strathmore tends to be a little bit more economical and is a better choice, in my opinion, for someone that is starting out. And the Legion one, I think, is good for someone that has a little bit more watercolor experience. But it's always nice to do a side-by-side comparison to see exactly how each one reacts to the same mediums.